And we're off and running, Keegan.
Welcome back, everybody, to the EWURC. I'm King Clark here with my broadcast partner, Gary Allen. This should be a good one today. We got Sno-King versus Spokane. And, we saw these two teams last night, and both in pretty competitive games. I'm excited to see this one.
Well, what I was impressed with both netminders. No question in my mind, Spokane's netminder kept them in that game yesterday. That's Brinkler, if I'm reading his name correctly. Mine's hand printed. And Power, he did a great job for the Sno-King. So that's what I'm intrigued by. Which goalie's going to pick up where they left off last night?
Spokane comes in early. Johnson wrists a shot. Rebound comes out in front. Whacked away by Sno-King. Turnover. Johnson again. Tries to make a move. Can. Shot. Swallowed up. Power in net once again for Sno-King. In net and Brinkley again. Two very solid goaltenders, like you were saying. And I am excited to see this goaltending matchup as well.
Well, Powers is extremely quick lateral movement, and frankly, he was just impressive all the way around. He's another quick netminder.
Singh tried to make a move, couldn't. Back the other way. Here comes McLesley. Johnson. Shot. Save made by Power. Rebound still there. Up. Goes off the back of the net. Couldn't get to it. And that one's iced down by Konderman.
I know yesterday was with Spokane. They got off to a quick start against the Thunderbirds, and it'll be interesting how because they played really well with the lead. I haven't seen them fall behind, but then you got Seattle. They came back really well on them, but Brinkley just shut the door, especially at the last 30 seconds when they were up by one.
Shipachev picks up on the near side boards. Looks to feed Reed in front, intercepted by Kyle. Thrown in front. Kyle gets it back. Backdoor scores.
Well, just like I mentioned, it'll be interesting because Spokane got a quick start yesterday. They got a quick start today.
Matharu was sitting on the back door all alone. And Spokane jumps out to an early 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Powers had no hope on that one. He was over on his left side hugging the post. The puck just bounced to the Spokane player, and it was wide open on that side.
Did take fakeoffs to Spokane. Initially won it, and Kyle will pick it up. Matharu in alone again. Tried to feed Day on the backhand, couldn't. PC. Better than Matharu. Matharu down the Day over to Kyle, couldn't connect. Kyle, Day behind the net. He circles up the far wall. Over the PC. Got over his D partner who was sneaking in. Needed it off the side of the net. Seeger tried to look for a tip in the middle. Picked off by Panev, who gets over to Bordeaux. Spokane right back the other way again. Tried to connect with Day with Sieber. Couldn't. Payette. Up to the far wall. Spokane will circle on their own zone. Brown looked for his partner, couldn't. Bordeaux intercepted, but Sieber goes right back the other way. Gazabin. Shot. Scores.
And I was just getting ready to say, Keegan, we picked it up. We talked about it yesterday. It looked like it was how the team that got scored on, how they responded, kind of went the way the game was. Spokane jumps out again and gets another quick goal. It'll be interesting to see what the Sno-Kings are going to have an answer, but they're going to have to answer next time. They can't let Spokane run on them.
It was Jacob Brown who got all alone, and Sno-King's going to call timeout early.
That's smart. That's heads up by the Sno-Kings coaching staff because he knows they can't let this game get away. The Sno-Kings really didn't respond well after that first goal. Spokane did. Great job by the coaching staff from the Sno-Kings to get that timeout, settle them back down. Well, we did yesterday when we were talking about it. It was interesting. The teams that responded really well, they stayed in the games. And the ones that didn't, that's when the floodgates went open. They got blown out. And I think about that Tacoma Tri-Cities game that they could not, in the U18, they could not come back on them. And Tri-Cities just unleashed a terrible attack. So kudos to the coach over there at the Sno-Kings. That was a great timeout by him.
And early on, you see the neutral zone forecheck of Spokane has been overwhelming so far.
Well, they're putting more pressure on the Sno-Kings than vice versa, Sno-Kings on Spokane. I just think Spokane got off to a great start, and the Sno-Kings started off a little bit slower. That's why I'm so impressed with the coach calling a timeout right now. Some people may question that, but that's an excellent use of a timeout.
So a restart here, 2-0 Spokane, 4:55 left. Center ice face drop. It's early, people.
You sound like I am now, Keith.
Yeah. Battle in the corner. Sent up by White. Couldn't connect with Singh. Trout in the corner. Feeds up, kept in by Payette. White intercepts. He'll chip her around. Singh, one-on-one against Gates. He'll wrist her backhand, hits off the side of the net. Battle in the corner. White tried to feed his defenseman Trout. Goes through his legs, down to the goalie Power. Panev will wheel around his net. He continues up ice. Tries to make a move. Met there by McIsaac. And Reed will dump it in.
I know one thing. Singh and Lee are really the two players that get the Sno-Kings going. I remember them from yesterday. I think they're going to have to rely on them to get kicking in gear.
Payette chased down by Shipachev.
Well, Shipachev had a strong game also for the Sno-Kings yesterday.
Lee will keep it in. Shipachev gives chase again. Lee walks in. Fires, save made by Brinkley.
Brinkley's a tough netminder, but it was funny how you were just mentioning him while I was talking about it briefly. Is Spokane got out to an excellent start. These early morning games, the first one, usually that favors the team that can get going quickly. Spokane has that right now in their pocket.
Reed lost her all against Johnson. Westbrook hits hard, but 2-on-1 back the other way. Johnson, McLesley, Johnson, save made by Power. Took the hit to make the play. And it almost worked out for him.
I give credit to Fossendinger. He's the one that took the big body shot, and then he came back and got himself back in the play on that, or it wasn't a true clean 2-on-1. Nice job by him.
Puck wraps around. Heidemann rims it around. High off the glass. Spokane will hold it in. Deegan will rim it around again. Held in by Peachy over on the far side. He gets a hit for his troubles. This one dumped down by Danks. So we'll get down for an icing, and we got a penalty call. And he's taking them both. So McLesley and Danks will go to the penalty box for 2 minutes. Both are getting roughings.
Well, they were just saying good morning. That's all they did. They got down there a little. So, yeah, how are you doing today?
Tharu throws it in front for Day. Couldn't connect. Day chips it in front. White intercepts Singh. Tries to carry through. Gets cut off by Gates. As the puck is intercepted by White. White will throw it up. Kyle. Over for Day. Back for Kyle. Matharu picks it up on the far side. He turns and fires wide. Gates tried to pick one up. Couldn't. Picked up by Heidemann. And he'll just backhand it down the ice for another icing.
Now, another player for the Sno-Kings that I'm waiting to see get going. He did this yesterday extremely well. He parked himself right in front of the netminder, and that's Deegan. And he hasn't quite got there yet, but I'm expecting him to go back there because he played total havoc last night on people because he just plopped himself at home in that paint. And we'll see if he goes back to that style. It was very effective yesterday.
Kept in by a point. Down the court, Gajabin couldn't pick it up. Tried to feed Lee was Reed. And now Gajabin will pick it up on the far side. He gives the Knowles. Offsides by Spokane. 11:47 remaining.
There's no question Spokane got off to the quicker start. I think for the Sno-Kings, they're just going to have to ride this out until they get their legs back in and get going. And that's why I was so impressed with that timeout by the Sno-Kings coach. The Spokane's come out on fire right now.
Fassbender wins the draw. He had 2 goals yesterday. Picked up by the defenseman for Spokane. That's Payette. Gets it to Fassbender. Met by Trout. He threw one in front. Took some weird ricochets. Almost went in. Fassbender will get it behind the net again. He angles off Panev. Gets it to Johnson. Johnson looks to circle. Gets it again up top. Fires a shot wide. Knowles. He'll pinch in. Gajman got to Fassbender, who takes a weird angle shot, goes up the side of the net. Panev flips it over to get out. And we got matching penalties again. Panev and Fassbender will go to the box for roughing.
Well, for a 9:30 a.m. game, it's getting feisty. There's no question about that. But one thing, and you were spot on that, right now Spokane owns that neutral zone, and they're doing a great job off of that, and they're putting just a ton of pressure on the Sno-Kings in their end just because that control of that neutral zone. It's working really well for Spokane.
And we're going to take it down. Looks like Spokane got the extra on that one. I think he said something to the referee and got punished for it. And now we will go to the power play for Sno-King.
And here's the opportunity for Sno-King. Get themselves back in, settle down, get that point on the board so they can realize they can beat Brinkley.
Sno-King looks to set up. It's Lee. Lee beats it down low for White. Can't pick it up. Deegan will battle with Gates. White. He digs it out. Gets it to Deegan. Deegan moves up to the point for Reed. Reed. Konderman almost picked off. Reed again. Fed in front for White. He gets it. Shoots. Save made. Now Gates will battle with Deegan again. Reed shoots. Tipped in front. Saved. Day will pick it up. He'll send it down. No ice. Reed leaves it for Lee. Picked off by Kyle. Konderman will reset. And Lee will get it again. Picked up by Matharu, who gets hit, but Kyle will keep it in the corner. He makes a move, gets it in the middle. Picked off by Konderman. Over for White. White dumps it in. And Brinkley will be okay with just picking it up.
Konderman's another guy for the Sno-Kings, had a good game yesterday. I'm really surprised that time Deacon was out there, and I've been watching him carefully, and he didn't go back in front of the netminder. But you got to give Spokane a lot of credit. They're basically controlling the action in this game right now. They're not letting the Sno-Kings get set up, and they're making them really kind of disjointed right now. But that's credit to Spokane.
Bordeaux taking the draw for Seattle. He'll lose it. He'll get right back. Johnson pick it up, just try to backhand it out. Takes a funny hop, but kept in by Sno-King. Now this one gets down and Sing will give chase. Sing. Gives it to Bordeaux. Will skate up ice, lose it. Johnson back the other way. McGlessie 2-on-2. Johnson fires one wide. And they'll try to chase it down. Betty will flip it out. Kept in by Knowles for Johnson's feet. McGlessie on a backhand, sent it right over the net. Sieber shoots from up high, caught by Power, saved.
This is a great example of what talking about earlier, how Spokane's controlling the game. They look like they're on the power play, and they were a man down. They just right now controlling all aspects of this game. The Sno-King's going to have to try to ride this out and make some serious adjustments in between periods. Is that how you're reading this too, Keegan? Is that Spokane just seems to control every part of the zone out there?
Yeah, and it seems like they're just kind of swallowing, Sno-King up and not really giving them any room to work.
They're collapsing extremely well, especially in the neutral zone. Spokane's doing an outstanding job of just collapsing everything and making it tight.
Knowles moves it up for McGlessie. Westbrook will go offside. He thought the puck was going to go in right away. It didn't. And he'll be a little upset with his lineup, maybe for a few seconds. But
however, if he got the puck quicker, he would have had a breakaway.
Yeah. White versus Day. White will win it. Almost a little too clean. Back to his defenseman, Panev. Puck goes out in front. Day circles. Looks for a stick in front. Can't find it. Shot from the point was tipped. Save made by Power. And Sno-King will ice it. No ice. They're saying it was tipped by Payette. Chased down by Deegan. Peachy and Deegan. Up for Day. Day will get it. Kept in by the Sno-King. Shipacek. But here comes Payette. Back the other way. Looks for options. Can't find any. Throws it to the front. Puck seems to be kind of avoiding everybody's stick. And Power will say, all right, let's take a break.
Well, Powers did a great job previous on that one kick out save because it did tip off his defenseman's stick and the heads up by him to even get to the puck to keep it out of the net. But we talked about this a lot yesterday and the day before. This next goal is crucial, I think, for the Sno-Kings because the way Spokane's playing right now, they're just all over them.
Shot from the point was tipped and out of play.
But again, you got to give credit to Spokane. They came out from the get-go, and they just jumped all over the Sno-Kings, caught them off guard a little bit, and they haven't allowed the Sno-Kings to get into their game.
Johnson versus Bordeaux. Johnson won it initially, but it goes to Danks. And now picked off back the other way, goes Spokane. Johnson will battle Bordeaux behind the net. Throw it in front. Puck still there. No one seems to find it. Picked up by Seattle. Throw in towards the front. Got tipped way over the net. Johnson fires. Blocked in front. Sno-King sends it out. Danks throws a hit on Sieber. Johnson will now throw it right back in for Spokane. Betty looks to carry. Does. Chips it out. Sieber looked for a partner. Couldn't find him. And we're going to have a penalty on Spokane. This will go to the power play for Sno-King.
Did he call a rough on that? Could you pick out what the referee signaled?
Yeah, he called a rough on that. I think it was behind the play.
That's what it looked like, but I didn't pick it up on Spokane's player, exactly what he did on Gates, but
White wins it for Gunderman. Tried to feed White back in the middle. Was Panev. Intercepted back the other way. Shot goes well wide. And Knowles will pick it up at center.
Seattle's got to capitalize on these man advantages.
Will feed it for his D partner, and it'll go not enough for icing as Lee will reset. Gives it to Konerman. He gave it to Deegan, but again, Spokane right there to either intercept or take it back the other way.
Well, that's the pressure that they're putting on the Sno-Kings. They just won't let them set up.
Lee fires. Save made by Brinky. And Spokane will ice it down.
No, kudos to Spokane. They're relentless on the pressure that they're putting on the Sno-Kings. So they just are not allowing them to set up and get in the plan that they want to do. But that's this peer pressure from Spokane.
White take it versus Westbrook. Westbrook wins it. And he'll throw it behind the net. White. Battling with Sieber. Sieber looked for Deegan in front. Couldn't find them. This one's carried up. Westbrook couldn't control it. Lee intercepted it for Panev. Panev walks in. PC. He'll, what I thought would be icing was not. So he'll just dump it in. And more of the same as we see. Just can't seem to get the puck into the zone for Sno-King.
They just won't let them set up, and that's the pressure Spokane's putting on them.
Lee makes some good move. Walks in. Looks for the far side. Panev couldn't get there. Back the other way comes Spokane again. Westbrook. Met there by Betty. Betty throws a good hit. Now some little bit of rough stuff here. And they're going to call Betty for the hold.
Oh, this is definitely going to be a crucial penalty kill for the Sno-Kings on this one at 4:46. But, man, Spokane's just putting all kinds of pressure on them. They're back checking really well. The forecheck has been outstanding. They're just not allowing the Sno-Kings to set up for anything.
We'll go 4-on-4 for about 5 seconds here before the power play for Spokane. Face off to the right of Power. Won by Fassbender in his feet. He fires one. Kicked away by Power. Thrown in front by Westbrook. Now Spokane will look to set up. Matharu over the Knowles. Knowles fires. Rebound comes out. Power finds it. Behind the net, Spokane. Matharu. Down for Fassbender again. Fassbender with time. Looks again. Sends to the far side of the Knowles. Knowles over the Matharu. For the back door. Shot over and high. Wide. Matharu. For Fassbender. Fires. Rebound comes out. Save made by Power. And the net has come off.
There's no question Powers is keeping the Sno-Kings in this game right now. He's made some hellacious saves for him. And somehow the Sno-Kings have got to figure out how they can slow down this attack by Spokane.
White versus Day to the right of Power again. Day wins it. Taken by Johnson. Fired, blocked by White. Up top, Gates. Down low for Day. He'll fire, look for a tip in front, couldn't find it. Leslie will carry behind. He'll feed it up for Gates. Gates. Over for Day. Picked off by White. White will go around the other way. He'll just change. Gates will take his time and carry. Looked for Kyle. Couldn't. And a big hit thrown by Day on Reed. Some mixed reactions by the fans. Up for Gates. Tipped. Scores.
Way too much pressure by Spokane right now. They got the Sno-Kings all discombobulated right now. They just can't figure out how to slow Spokane down, and that bodes well for the Spokane squad. But there's got to be some major adjustments by the Sno-Kings right now. They're just getting dominated.
I believe Jensen Gates will get the goal. It was redirected by a number 6 in front. Seems to have gone off the Sno-King player and into the net.
Well, it definitely looked like a full powers on that one, so it had to be some kind of deflection.
Fastbender versus Reed. Fastbender wins it. Knowles over first partner. Payette looked for room in front. Brown with Lee would intercepted Shipachev. Tried to make a move, couldn't. Reed gets it, fires it in. Shipachev tried to walk the middle, intercepted by Knowles. Knowles up for Brown. Now Fastbender will take it. He looked for Brown, couldn't. Payette looked for the far side. Lee intercepted, picked off by Fastbender yet again. Knowles drops for Gagaman. Picked up. Sno-King tries to clear, couldn't. Fastbender initiates contact with Conderman. Payette fires. Panev intercepts. Panev looks for Shipachev. Shipachev walks in. Knowles will initiate contact on this one. Has to be careful. And he was obviously not careful enough as he is called for the interference.
Yeah, he let's just say he took some liberties, the Spokane player did, and I don't think he wanted to be so present out there on that one, but Knowles got caught. Again, we keep saying it, but another golden opportunity for the Sno-Kings to try to get back in this game. This is their third power play, and Spokane's just stuffed them on the first two.
Deegan will wrap it around for Singh. Couldn't get there, but Betty will regroup, but he can't hold on to it at the blue line. They'll send it for Deegan. Kick for White. White sends it in, and Sieber will kick it up. Sieber. He'll just ice it, and it will get all the way down there.
I'm starting to wonder if the Sno-Kings aren't trying to rush themselves with the anticipation of a Spokane player on top of them, because that was a great example. The D-man had it, and he kind of looked up real quick, and the puck rolled off of it, and I think that's the pressure Spokane's put on him, is getting in the Sno-Kings' head right now. And I can see why they're starting to think that way. Spokane's all over them, but they need to just settle down a little bit, realize they got a few more seconds and not rush themselves on the Sno-Kings.
Sieber wraps it around. Panev has trouble with it again. And back the other way comes McLesley. He'll battle with Panev.
Well, we're going to get a slash on Spokane. He just chopped Panev's stick right out of his hand. The referees picked that up. The trailing ref got that.
So during the battle, McLesley came down on the stick of Panev, and that'll be a 5-on-3 now. And like you said, a golden opportunity for Sno-King.
Man, they can't afford to not get on the board with this. So this is a great chance for them to get claw back in this.
Lee fires wide. Panev picks up on the far side. He'll fire. Look for Deegan on the rebound. Couldn't find him. Puck ducks a weird bounce. Stays in the zone. Konderman gives it to Deegan. Deegan, minute left for White. Lee fires. Brinkley didn't see it. Goes wide, however. White for Konderman. He'll fire. Blocked in front. Kyle can't clear. Konderman with time. Fires wide. Panev Looked for Konerman, intercepted by Kyle. Kyle will go back the other way. 1-on-2, and he just seems to be fighting it, and he'll maintain control, but the numbers just become too much now when it was a 1-on-3 at one point, and White will carry up. Lee fires high. Kyle met there by Konerman. Puck came out though. Panev tipped in. Seattle, Spokane made sure there weren't too many men there. Power will play it up, and that will do it.
It's baffling to me. Spokane's down 2 players. They're still putting a ton of pressure on the Sno-Kings, and you saw right there that the Sno-Kings just couldn't set up, and they got a 2-man advantage on this. But again, I want to give credit to Spokane. They're attacking even though they're down 2 guys. They just won't let the Sno-Kings set up.
Yeah, it just seems like they're overwhelmed.
Yeah,
I think would be the word we're looking for. They're overwhelmed by the amount of pressure that they're getting, and it seems like every time they get a puck, whether it's 5-on-3, 5-on-4, or 5-on-5, that somebody's on them.
well, they're
And
rushing.
then, yeah, go ahead.
Well, they're rushing. And that's from contributed to Spokane's pressure. They got the Sno-Kings in a rush. Now the Sno-Kings are thinking they're going to have somebody on top of them. We mentioned a little earlier, and they don't. They have more time than what they think, but that's because Spokane has put so much heat on them that they're just expecting someone beyond that. But that's how come that 5-on-3 is not working right now, because they're just rushing themselves.
And it seems like the junior Chiefs just have been staying in that program the entire time, and for Sno-King, they're getting that time and space in some cases on that 5-on-3, but when they do, they're shooting it high, shooting it wide, shooting it wherever, but not the net.
Well, I think that goes back to the rushing themselves. Rather than just setting up into their system, they're just constantly feeling that pressure from Spokane. It's in their head, so now they're really rushing how they want to do things, so they have ample opportunity to set it up. Spokane hasn't allowed that, and that's because of just how they played that whole first period.
Teams will switch sides.
They still got they still got the 2-man advantage, even though 4 seconds on one, but then they still got that man advantage. They got to get in gear.
Sno-King will look to get deep. They do. Deegan fires, save, rebound out in front. Kicked away by Brinkley. And Spokane will dump it down on net.
Well, that's another problem that Sno-Kings face, is because now Brinkley looks like he's picked up from yesterday. He's hard to beat, and they had a good opportunity there. Brinkley was there.
Knowles got a clean look on net. Save made by Power.
Tip your cap to Powers, man. He's the one that's definitely holding the fort down for the Sno-Kings to even being in shooting distance of Spokane.
Sno-King in blue jerseys with green, white, and silver trim. Spokane wearing white jerseys with blue and red trim.
Outstanding job, Keegan.
Picked it up for my hometown broadcaster, Casey Bryant. Trout. Looked for Westbrook, couldn't find it. He does. Now here comes Reed with Singh. Knowles will pick it up. He's pinched off by Singh. Looks for Betty. Sno-King. Dangerous pass in front. And it is picked off by Westbrook. Westbrook in alone. Shoots. Save made by Power.
Again, there's that relentless pressure by Spokane. The Sno-King player had it. He rushed himself, lost it. Great job by Powers. Again, if it wasn't for him, this game could easily be 7-zip right now.
And it was just a dangerous pass in front. Blind pass. Nobody was really there. And they just really couldn't, set up a good play getting in. And they let Westbrook getting right in front all alone.
Well, yeah, I can see if everything's working in sync, you can get those fancy no-look passes. But right now, the Sno-Kings are having trouble set up, so they may have to go back to just basics.
Brown for Fassbender. He looked for PC up the front. Couldn't. Sieber will regroup behind his net. Peachy. Fed it up. Trout. He'll dump it in. They were offsides, however. And the faceoff will go to center. It just seems like the play just isn't clean for Sno-King.
They're real choppy right now. They don't know how they want to set up. Their passes are not connecting. And I think, even though this may sound weird, I'm thinking that Sno-King's coaches are hoping to ride this period out, make some major adjustments coming out in the locker room for that third period, because right now the Sno-Kings are totally disjointed.
Weinberger.
And that's not a knock on the Sno-Kings. They played a great game yesterday, so I'm a little bit stunned on how they're playing right now. But then you got to contribute that to Spokane's pressure that they're putting on them. They got it in their head, and they're making the Sno-Kings out of whack.
It just seems like Sno-King's trying to force things to you and now. And while they're not clean, now they're trying to force things. And it's leading to, some offensive zone pressure by Spokane that they just can't seem to overcome. But here comes Singh, fires wide.
But there's no question. I think the Sno-Kings are putting a ton of pressure on them, trying to figure out what to do, but it's not working right now.
Day in front, scores.
You got to give Day a lot of credit on that one. Unfortunately for Powers, he initially went over. Nice job by him, but he was sliding over too fast. He couldn't stop himself, and that's how that open side came open, and Day just popped it in the net.
Yeah, and the speed of Spokane was just too much for the Sno-King defense to handle. And right at the back door, you're sliding over for a backdoor shot, and when a guy can pick it up with that much time and space, he's going to go immediately to his backhand. And it's a hard save to make.
It is, and the Sno-Kings basically lost their positioning on that one, and they had two of the defensemen went after the one of the Spokane players. He just pushed it up today, and he was in all by himself.
Johnson alone. Fires wide. Payette picks it up. He'll fire from the point. Save made by Power. They kicked out in front. Westbrook. Power was there again. Knowles looked for his partner. Payette goes out, and he'll look to dump it back in, but offsides is the call.
And again, I'm hoping we're not sounding too critical on the Sno-Kings. So again, yesterday they looked stout. For whatever reason, for the start of the game, Spokane had the jump on them, and they didn't allow the Sno-Kings to get into their rhythm and system, and you're seeing it carried over in the second period. The Sno-Kings I keep saying the word, but they're just disjointed. They're rushing themselves, and that's causing more problems. Just sit back, get back into your system, and try to fight back into this game.
Gates kicks up for Gageman. For Fassbender. Throws it out in front. No, Gates was there. Whacked away by Konerman. And a good save by Power yet again.
But there's a great example that Sno-King lost the player. They didn't even see the Spokane player sneak in on him behind.
Shipachev works with Sieber. Sieber circles around for Brown. Gates will carry. Will give it a little bit of a shove. Finished off by Betty. Spokane wanted the call. And there's a hit. No call on that one either.
Well, I think Spokane got away with an elbow on that one.
Fassbender. Was offsides, was Brown.
Keegan, what this is reminding me, and it's a strange analogy, but it's like quicksand. It's like the Sno-Kings are in quicksand, and the more they try to get out, the further they sink in, and that's the pressure from Spokane, and that's how come the Sno-Kings can't get set up right now. They're just rushing everything. They put a ton of pressure on themselves to correct it rather than just playing their system.
Panev gets tipped in. Thrown out in front. Walked away. Picked up by Knowles. Throw it in. Bordeaux takes a hit. Kyle intercepted a Heidemann clear. He walks to the front. Looks back door. Mathiru was standing there. It was over his stick. And that one will be just enough for icing.
I like how you hit it. It's like, is it going to make it? Is it make it? That was good.
If you're Sno-King, what do you say on the bench?
Well, I would tell them right now is quit putting undue pressure on themselves. Relax a little bit. You can tell they're just tense, and just get back into their system and then chip at it. Get that first goal, get some confidence in them. They just got to relax more. They're just trying too hard, and it's not working for them.
White gets hit hard there by PC.
PC blew him up. There, that was a nice hit.
And that one will be offsides again for Spokane.
But really, on your question, that's the only thing the coaching staff of the Sno-Kings can do is say, hey, look, guys, relax. We're too tense. We're too tight. Spread out a little bit more because Spokane's done a nice job of collapsing them in. They're playing too tight. Spread it out, and you might start taking a few gambles with some stretch passes, maybe pinching a D-man on it. But just get back to your system and go from there.
Face off on the bench side. One a little too clean by looks like that was Reed. He'll kick it up. Shot from the point. Save made by Power again.
Because I think for the Sno-Kings, what would help if they get that goal, then they're going to start building a little bit of confidence. There's still 12 minutes, 20 seconds of this period. They still got the third period to go. Try to get at least one goal this period and just start chipping away at it and start getting back into your system and how they want to play. And I think a goal would do them wonders right now. Because right now, Spokane has no doubt that they're going to pull this game off. Put a little doubt in them, get that first goal.
Lee intercepts the point pass to Payette. Shipchev, he'll fire it in. Give chase by Payette with Lee on him. Lee continues the chase. Wrapped around for Westbrook. Westbrook turned and fired around, looked for someone in the middle, couldn't find him. Dumped right back in. Westbrook. Lee couldn't control. Does. Now Lee dumps it in. Wanted a call, didn't get it. Payette. Kicked ahead for Westbrook. Westbrook. McIsaac. Set in front for Johnson, couldn't connect. Payette. Forehand. Save made by Power again.
But I tell you got to give Spokane a ton of credit. They started this game off strong. They haven't let up. They're picking up right where they left off in the first period. And Spokane's done a marvelous, simply a great job of getting into their game early. And they caught the Sno-Kings off guard. And Seattle's just been going uphill after that.
Fassbender loses it versus Bordeaux. Bordeaux picks up behind. Panev tried to fire it up that same side. Couldn't. Intercepted by Fassbender, who wrapped around in front. Couldn't stuff it. Kunderman looked to carry up. Gagne fires wide. Scores.
That took an odd hop. You can't blame that on Powers. It came off the glass straight through the Spokane player. Nothing Powers could have done on that one. It was just a fortunate bounce for Spokane, but give them credit. They were in position to put the puck in the net.
Brown took the shot. Gagnon stood on the back door. And like you said, loud hop off the glass. Nothing Power could really do.
He tracked it. You could see it tracking it, but he didn't expect that bounce, and you wouldn't.
Battle at center for it. White moves it back. And Trout dumps it down, no ice. Payette pinched against the boards by Deegan. That was thrown out in front. Picked off again by Spokane. Brown for Fassbender. Fassbender walks in. Can't control it. Picked off. White. Kyle for Spokane. Walks to the front. Circles around. He'll move it up to the point. PC will send it right back down. wrapped around by Panev. Again intercepted by Spokane, and here comes Day on a 2-on-1. Day fires wide, and that will go all the way back into their own zone. Day picks it up again, 2-on-1. Looked for that same move. This time Power was ready for it, and he poked it away.
That was a nice poke check by Powers on that one, or that would have been in the net.
White tried to wrap it off the boards. He'll chip it around Day. Singh gets there. He's taken down. And here comes Spokane back the other way. Matharu looks for a tip in front, gets it. Rebound comes out, and it tips off the back of the goalie and into the net.
What's that old saying, Keegan? When it rains, it pours. There's another great example of that. That was just Spokane just decided to take a shot, see what happens with it, bounce off the netminder.
Yep. Throw it to the back of throw it to the front of the net, and good things happen.
But as a former coach, you asked me this question: what do you do if the Sno-Kings turn this around? I think the biggest thing right now in between periods is you're going to have to deal with disappointment and frustration. There's plenty of tournament left, so you start trying to get their minds shifted a little bit. Say, hey, let's try to get a goal. Let's get ourselves back. Kind of throw this game out because, again, there's too many games in this tournament left. That's what you're battling, the disappointment and frustration.
Dreesen Fields will go in net for Spokane now. Up 6-0. Says, let's take a break for Brinkley. As here comes Johnson in. Johnson looks to fire. McIsaac will pick it up behind the net. McLesley, excuse me. Westbrook looks to throw it in front. Couldn't. And now Shipachev. Shipachev makes a move. Gets around a defenseman. He walks in. Cut off by Gates. Thrown in front. Nobody home found. And here comes the Spokane Junior Chiefs yet again. Gates. Circles. Looks to the middle. Shot off the post. Gates. As we battle and continue. Puck not really moving there. Now it's gone. Thrown in front. Blocked off. Johnson makes a move. He'll dump it in deep. McLesley. Lee just will backhand it out of the zone. Knowles. Sieber. Sieber circles. Tripped up, and that'll be a penalty against Sno-King.
The Sno-Kings definitely aren't helping their cause by taking some of these penalties.
Stick got tied up in the feet. I want to go back to the fifth goal. Konderman tried to carry it out himself and got picked off back the other way, right in front of the blue line. And that's something I've talked about before, the 5-foot rule that I 5 feet inside, 5 feet outside. You want to get the puck out of the zone at that point because all your players are coming back the other way, and nobody was able to pick up.
Yeah, there's nobody helping you in the backside because everybody's moving forward. And, yeah, you're right. But those are the little basic things I think the Sno-Kings will work on. They'll go in. And, again, this might sound defeatist, and it's not. From a coaching perspective, okay, this game's kind of out of hand, okay? But now you start looking at your next saying, okay, let's try some of these plays. Let's get ourselves regrouped. Again, so much tournament left. You just kind of throw this one out and say, all right, we're going to get going for the next game and get into our system and start playing our style of hockey and get their minds corrected.
So Shipachev will sit for the trip. McLesley for Johnson. Johnson. Up for Kyle. For Gates. Who got hit hard. That time by Heidemann. Some battles in front now. McLesley. Takes his time. Finds Gates. He gets back to McLesley. He'll look backdoor off the rebound. Couldn't find a teammate. This shot by Kyle goes high, wide, and out.
You were talking about that 5-foot rule on that blue line. But what you also have to do, if you're going to try to attack in it, make sure your body's aligned with the person that's coming to you. So if you make an error, you can still use your body to stop it.
Knowles picks it up, takes it in, fires, wide again, and this time gets out again. McIsaac will take it in the Chiefs zone. Feed it for Johnson. Stepped up by Konerman hard, and Johnson will take exception to it, and we got ourselves a little bit of a scuffle going on now, as Konerman's helmet has been pulled off in the process.
Yeah, but see on that one, Johnson just needed to back off. They got a 6-zip lead on him. Why risk doing anything where you might get bounced out of it? I could see where he got angry with the hit, but it was a clean hit. They weren't going to call a penalty on that. He just retaliated on it. He got caught too, and the other guy's going in the box. But you got to play smart hockey now, up 6-0. You got this game in the bag. Use your head.
And they're going to talk about this one.
And I wouldn't doubt Johnson gets a 10 off this one, if not Chuck, because he came back hard on him. And again, sometimes you got to just remember who did it. If you want to go back later, do it, but not right in front of that after that big hit, because officials are looking at it because they can hear it.
And obviously that the ripped helmet will play a factor in this, I believe.
Well, because Johnson, he was okay with the first hit on him when he had him on the ground, but then he kept going at it, and then he took the helmet off. And I would not be surprised they don't send him to the locker room. They got the gate open.
They believe they're looking for somebody to serve, so that might be 2 and a 10. And it will be. It'll be 2 and a 10 minute misconduct.
He was extremely lucky he didn't get bounced out of this game on this one, because he did not stop. He had about 4 or 5 shots when he had the guy on the ground. He got real fortunate on that one.
Parker Johnson will sit for the 2 minutes and 10. He won't play until at least the third period now.
Yeah.
Konerman will sit for Sno-King. Will be 4-on-4 for 21 seconds before a Sno-King power play.
See, this is a crucial time. You got to use your head. You know you're way up on this game. You really aren't going to lose it. Play smart. Kind of remember what happens. If you want to get back some other time in the game, go ahead. But not with a hit like that with everybody watching.
Payette will carry in. Takes a whack from Lee. Takes a whack from a lot of people. Trout. Fed it in front. Peachy, and it'll be a penalty by Sno-King. An extra whack by Trout. And that will send him to the box.
They're going to call a hook on it. And again, there's an unnecessary pen. The Sno-King had the man advantage, and they're not helping their cause out at all. And that was toward the back of the play, too. So it's kind of like the Sno-Kings aren't doing themselves any favor, especially being down 6-zip.
And it's something like you said, if you're a Chiefs player, you're talking about, all right, keep your head. We have a lot of games left. We don't need you suspended for another game. And maybe even 2 at that point, depending on what you do. And it's the last thing you really need.
Yeah. And you being a player, I'm a former player, I understand if someone hits you like that, you're going to come back on them. But that's where you got to be smart. Say, okay, I'm going to get his number. I'm going to remember this. Especially when you hit him the first time, the referees were going to let it go, but you kept going at it. And I'm all for aggression. And I mean, it sounds terrible, a little payback, but you got to be smart about it if you're going to try to do that.
Fields comes in, makes his first save of the game. Deegan fires, takes a weird redirection, goes into the corner. Picked up there by Sieber.
I think part of that word change of it was Spokane player gloved it at first.
Day stops up, looks for a redirection in front, gets it, gloved by Sno-King, and Deegan's going to go after.
Deegan's feisty, so I'm not surprised with that. Spokane player got an extra hack in, but Deegan's definitely going to go and sit for a little bit and reflect on that. But that was a good response from him because you can't let anybody take that liberty. You being a defense, but you can't let someone come in and hack your netminder.
Yeah, you've called some of those instances, but I think it's also a little bit of frustration there.
Oh, no question about it.
And just kind of boiled over.
Because Deegan sent his message when he shoved him 3 times, then he kept going at it. So he went about 4 too many shoves on it. But Deegan is feisty. I remember him from yesterday, and he's not going to let anything happen to his netminder.
This one getting real feisty now. Day walks in, rebound, comes out, picked up. Gates, 4-on-3. They'll set up. Lots of time and space out here. Day. He'll look for Kyle in the middle. Couldn't find him. Sieber. Over for Gates. Look for Kyle, but Day picks it up on the far side now. Gates intercepted. In a battle now. He picks it up. Drops for Day. Day. Backhand. Kicked away. Kyle. Shot. Blocked. Gates. Sends it off the side of the net. Now it's a 5-on-3 for Spokane. For 23 seconds. Fastbender. Rebound. Out. Kyle sends it high. Look for the one-timer. Kyle over for Fastbender. Gates. Blocked. And dumped out. No ice on the call.
But you are correct. The referees are gonna have to really watch this game because both teams are taking extra liberty when the plays from behind. They're taking some shots at each other.
First penalty expired. 25 seconds left in the second one. Knowles takes his time, looks, gives it to Matharu. Westbrook. Knowles dumps it in, gives an extra wick for Heidemann. Fastbender. Holds behind. Up to Knowles. Penalty's expired. Knowles. Blocked. Westbrook. Up for Matharu, who shoots one wide. Knowles. Throwing in front. Takes a wacky hop. He got hit hard, was Westbrook. Heidemann. Well carried. He just dumps it in. He's tired. Deegan will give chase against Gates. Matharu saw the D-man coming. And here he comes. He'll circle behind. Throws out in front. Nobody home. And Payette will pinch off Singh. He gives him a whack. Payette gets a hit. Shipachev. Kick it deep. Payette. Singh throws a hit again. Day throws a hit. And now we got a battle in the corner. And here we go. It's getting loose now. Punch is thrown by Singh. His helmet's off. And Singh's done. He got his helmet ripped off. Took exception to it. That'll be the game for Singh.
I'm surprised they're not taking both players out. They were both throwing haymakers on each other, so I'm really surprised the officials aren't bouncing them both.
And both teams kind of posturing up the other right now.
Well, the goaltenders are going at each other from the distance. The Sno-King goaltender, I think he's challenging them.
He is.
The coaching staff for Spokane's trying to motion to the officials to watch.
Saying,
netminder.
look, yeah, and the linesman does step in the middle of them.
It took him a long time because Powers kept
Power
staying down.
wanted it.
Yeah.
Power definitely wanted it.
Yeah.
And I believe the parent for Fields is standing right behind him, and he looked up to his father, it looked like, saying, "Can I go?" and it seems like Fields wanted it and maybe got vetoed by the parent.
Well, smart job if that is the case on that. I mean, there's no reason to get involved with it. There's still a third period to go, but I think it's going to be a rough third period. And the officials, are going to talk about this. How do we want to clamp on this? We're going to start just bouncing people out. This game could get out of control quickly, but I am surprised that Singh's the only one that got bounced off of that because they were both equal. In fact, actually, Noel from Spokane, he's the one that initially grabbed Singh's neck and that's how this thing got started. So I'm a bit surprised right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Payette also out of the game.
Yeah, that's a good point too.
He was the one that initiated, like you said, grabbed Singh, and it doesn't look like he will be. He'll sit for 4.
That was Payette. I thought that was Knowles that was in on that.
Nah,
That was Payette?
Yeah, Payette was down there.
Well, I apologize for saying it was Knowles, but yeah, Payette's the one that initially grabbed him around the neck and actually pushed him up on the board. And Singh just said, "No, I've had enough of this." And his helmet bounced off. So, but yeah, I was surprised at Powers, man. He came straight out. He wanted to get in.
He got way out there. He got way out there. He got out to the red line.
Well, actually, he caught my eye. I could stop watching the scrum down there. I was watching him because out of my side view, I saw him skating in. It's like, holy mackerel, he's already to the blue line. And they started. So keep an eye on him, Keegan. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts hacking people.
I wouldn't be surprised if you see another scrum if he goes down there.
Oh,
at this rate, and just goes
I
instead of waiting for a challenge.
No,
just drops everything and goes at this rate. Like the way that was.
I would not be surprised at all to see that happen. Right
that was
now.
something.
Well, it'll make for an interesting third period, possibly. We got 5 minutes on the board for one, 4 minutes for another one. Who was that? 18 for Spokane's in for 4 minutes.
That will be Payette.
Yeah, okay.
He'll sit for the 4. Singh will get the 5 in a game for the fight, I would assume.
I'm wondering if he got a game or if he got a 10 to just get him off. But I would guess a game. But
5s in USA hockey are game misconducts.
They are automatically?
Yes.
They have got to change some of these rulings. They got to. I'm glad they're changing that icing one now, but that's another one. It's like, well, then, again, that was an equal. I mean, I'm not defending the Sno-King, but he just responded after getting taken down, his helmet knocked off. Spokane got a break on that.
Yeah, Spokane is still a little upset, it seems, about some type of call. Maybe a lack of call.
They're upset about how the netminder for the Sno-King was challenging people. And that's what I think they're really upset about.
I think more you can't really call him for anything because nothing happened.
No.
And so, at most, maybe you can give him 2 minutes but then that's just another guy that sits. You can't, throw him out for challenging a guy to a fight.
I suppose you could have went with I don't know what you would call it. Yeah, he
more unsportsmanlike, I would think.
I was thinking of that, but I thought, no, not really. He was just voicing his displeasure right now, I think.
Face-off will go to center. We'll go 4-on-4 for 4 minutes, and then a minute power play for Spokane. Fastbender lost it. Picked up by Brown. And Fastbender will circle. White pokes away. He'll pick it back up, Fastbender. Retrieved by PC. Fastbender. Look to make a move. Lee will break out. Lee makes a move. Down on Fields. Backhand save made by Fields.
I'm just watching them. If you're wondering what I was doing, kicking on that one, because he's floating out of his area quite a bit right now.
Yeah, I believe Power is still quite upset about something.
Yeah, I think so.
And another face off to the right of Fields, won by White. Betty just tried to wrap around and throw it behind. Picked up by White. Feeds a backhand and takes a weird redirection for Betty, who tries to shoot. Knowles blocked. White will shoot. Picked up by Fields for another whistle.
Fields has come in and done a good job for Spokane in net.
.53 seconds left in the penalty, or in the period, excuse me. Thunderman fires, gets tipped high and wide. McLesley will pick it up. Westbrook carries in, cut off by Connerman. Westbrook circles. Look for McLesley in the middle. Tip wide. Connerman. He'll just ice the puck. He'll be on net. Fields will play it. Miscommunication a little. Spokane will reset, however, as Sno-King couldn't really take advantage of it. Shipachev back the other way. 2 seconds. 1. And that will do it for the second period.
You got to tip your cap to Spokane. They've played outstanding first 2 periods. They just got the Sno-Kings out of sync, and right now the Sno-Kings can't respond. But we're going to take a break out of here. But I don't know, Keegan. It'll be an interesting third period, I have a feeling.
Me too.
We will be back in about 15 minutes. This is Gary Allen and Keegan Clark from the URC and beautiful Cheney on the campus of EWU for the U16 Tier 2 State Championship Tournament.
Welcome back to the URC for the third period of Spokane and Sno-King. 4-on-4 the start for 2 minutes and 18 seconds before 1 minute power play. Panev for Konderman. Spokane will regroup in the neutral zone. Puck redirects to McLesley. White picks up. Over for the Sno-King defenseman, Konderman. Lee will dump it in. He'll pick it right back up. Rebound comes in front. White can't get the backhand off, and McLesley strides his way out. Panev. Look for Konderman. Sent it a little bit in front of him. PC makes Power make a save. Panev makes a dangerous move in front of the net. And he loses it this time. Sieber risks a shot. And he gets to Lee. 2-on-1 if he hurries. Lee tried to find Shipachev on the far side. Intercepted. Day takes a hit. Makes the play. Sieber 1-on-1 with Konderman. Konderman angles off just enough for just the shot to be relatively, what's the word I'm looking for? Easy for Power.
And an excellent word that was.
Yeah, it was not the word I was actually looking for, but.
Well, it'll be interesting what kind of adjustments the Sno-Kings came up with. I think really coaching staff, what they can do is make sure they get their team settled down, throw this game out, worry about the next one, plenty of tournament, get back to your style of play, and get ready for the next game.
That one's saved. We look at the schedule.
There you go. You give me these answers. I have no idea.
We got Seattle Junior and Tacoma at 11:45. At 4:45 here, we got Tacoma and Spokane at 7. Seattle Junior and Sno-King. For the 16U division.
Well, I know we have a U18 game coming up too.
That one's at 2:30. Sno-King and Tri-Cities.
That'll be interesting because right now Tri-Cities is a force with Snow, but the Seattle squad looked really good on Thursday, so we'll see what happens with that game.
Matharu rips it back around Gates now, chases in.
Now both coaching staffs must have told their players to calm down a bit because this game, this third period, I wasn't sure if it was going to come out and just all kinds of melees break out or if things calm down. It looks like they've calmed down because that second period was getting a little wild in that last 2 minutes.
Scan tries to break in. Gates. Fastbender, shot. Save made. Fastbender with 25 seconds left in the penalty. Walks up top. Fakes a shot. Gives it to Kyle. Kyle. Circles. Finds Fastbender. Fastbender slides it over the PC. Back to Fastbender. Fastbender. Looks. Went to send a pass up to Payette, who's now out of the box. And Deegan intercepts. Deegan whips around for PC. PC. Looked for Day and found him. Up the near side boards. Day. Slid one in the front. Found no one. And picked up by Spokane. Spokane. We are now 5-on-5. Payette. PC. PC fumbled with it. Deegan almost intercepted. Couldn't find it. Day picks it up now for PC. Day gets hit hard. And that will be a call on Wixon. As Wixon gets hit by Kyle.
You think they're going to call an interference on that?
The shot by Sieber. Now the call comes in. We got an elbow.
Elbow, yeah.
So Wixon will sit for the elbow, 2 minutes.
Well, those Sno-Kings aren't helping their cause at all if they're trying to settle down and get back in their structure.
Definitely not at all. $12:44 left. It's got a little bit of a delay. Looks like wiping off a visor for a ref. Shot saved.
But in all honesty, that's the only thing the Sno-Kings should do now. Just start trying to get back into their system, get ready for that next game that they play, and get working again. Because this game, Spokane started from the get-go on the jump, took Sno-Kings out of the game, and they never could recover off of it.
White. Battles with Spokane. Westbrook feeds it back from Knowles. Knowles. Fassbender had it, dropped it off. That's Westbrook. Over for Knowles. Knowles backdoor scores.
And again, that's that penalty that hurt the Sno-Kings on that one because Spokane did a good job of floating two people on down low by the post, and the D-man can only do so much on that one. It was an easy tip in.
Rajan Matharu, second of the game, this time from Knowles and Westbrook. 12:08 remaining.
You know, Keegan, what's interesting to me is Spokane has a good hockey program, the team, no doubt, but I saw the Sno-Kings yesterday, and they were strong. I don't know if Spokane's that much better than the Sno-Kings, or they just started off so hot, threw the Sno-Kings off their game, and that's how come it's so lopsided right now. I can't get a feel for that. What's your take on that? Because you watched both teams again yesterday.
Yeah, I feel like Sno-Kings just come out very sloppy, very slow here in this game, and it's worked to their disadvantage as Shipachev walks in, makes a move, but picked off by Sieber. Great D play by Sieber as his partner Gates picks it up. Westbrook kept in by Sno-King player, and he went for a change.
He did really well on that play. He let the Sno-King player make the play, and he just kept his body in front of him so he couldn't get around him. Nice play by him.
Kale tried a behind the pass for a line mate, couldn't find him. Shipachev. Johnson. In 1-on-3. His lead gives it to Shipachev. Shipachev. No off. Payette takes a whack. Takes a second whack. No call on that one as Kyle picks it up. Walks to the slot. Shot. Blocked. Maybe even saved.
There's a lot of whacks in there, to be honest with you, to let that go.
I think the only thing that really saved him was he got mostly stick. Deegan. Lee. Couldn't get it out. Kyle walks to the Pack 8 logo, takes a backhand. Over for PC, shoots it wide. That one's going to be iced down by Sno-King.
But tip your cap to Spokane. They've kept the pressure on from the start of this game till now. They smothered the Sno-Kings. They're not allowing them to get into their plays. They've taken away all the passing lanes, all the shooting lanes. Spokane's done an outstanding job of just shutting the Sno-Kings down. And in that first early morning games, that's what you want to do. You want to get a quick start, but Spokane came out blazing.
Sieber give it to Matharu, brought it back into his own zone. That one, well, miscue there, but Knowles picks it up anyway. Picked up behind the net. Thrown in front for Matharu, looking for the hat trick. Couldn't find him, was Day. Sieber moves it forward. Kyle can't pick it up. Takes a bump. Maintains control. Sieber got Knowles, who reverses a hit by Danks. Matharu was tripped up in the middle, no call. Back for Matharu at the blue line. He fires one, blocked in front by Bordeaux. Day. For Matharu in front. And they will just ice it, but seems to have taken a redeflection off of Matharu, who was looking for a change. Brown. Konderman. Deegan. Looks for options. Look for Weinberger. Tipped away. Knowles stops up behind his net. Makes a good spin move out. He'll slow it down behind. Scanning. Trying the head nod. Here comes Spokane Brown. Whacked away this time by Lee. Send it behind the net. Nobody was ready for it. Gates throws a blind pass picked off by Konderman. Konderman can't really get past the red line right now as Sno-King. Brown. Walked in front. Fastbender. Save made by Power. Puck goes careening out. Lee. Whacked away. Fastbender. Walks in. And a big hit by Gates that time on, looked like number 43. So Reed walks in, blocked away. Fastbender. Intercepted. McLesley. Gets around Panev. He picks it up, maybe looking for a Michigan move. Johnson for Gates. Gates strides into the corner. Achieved by Spokane, and that's going to be a trip on number 14, Johnson. Well, they're going to call a slash.
I know one thing, King, you got to give Spokane a ton of credit. They have just not allowed the Sno-Kings to set up at all. From the start of this game until now, they've just been relentless on their attack. The Sno-Kings can't figure out how to basically design anything on them, but that's a credit to Spokane. They just haven't allowed them to do it. It's just that simple in this game.
White wins the draw. Lee. So for Sno-King here, you look at the middle, a little bit of momentum for the game later tonight.
Well, that's what they got to work on, is get back to what they do well like yesterday and get set for the next game again. With the round robin tournament, they're not out of it at nowhere near. They just got to get themselves starting to believe in it and start working what they do well. And really, that's why I was saying the coach can just say, okay, forget about this game. Let's just get back into what we do best and come back the next game and take it from there.
One by White. Konderman fires, tipped wide. PC, he'll just ice it.
But then on the other hand, Spokane's not allowing them to do that. They haven't let up at all in that, and that's a contributed to the coaching staff. They haven't let up one bit. They're still attacking really well, so I give them credit.
Face off to the right of Fields. One back to Konderman. Konderman walks in, shot redirected. Fields able to stay tall and strong. And that's going to get all the way up to Kyle. All alone. He's in. Bouncing puck. It almost goes in as Power came way out. And Kyle is slow to get up.
Powers came out all the way to the pack 8 logo on that one. to stuff that. He likes to move around. If you notice the Powers, he likes to get into the play quite a bit, and which he demonstrated right there. He's an outstanding netminder. He's really, even though Spokane has 7 goals, he's done a phenomenal job today.
Faceoff will go outside. McLesley asking about possible penalty call on that one. Fastbender against White. Fastbender wins. Dumped in by Brown. Konderman picks it up. Feeds for Deegan. Tipped. That one's going to be down for an ice. 1:03 remaining in the penalty. 5:51 remaining in the period. And I think you really hit it on the head and just like go back to the basics, reset, throw this game out. You got 2 more games, to go, and just kind of reset.
Yeah, and that's all you can do being this far behind. Just get yourself back into what you do best.
Fed out in front. Power whacked it away. Some more bodies fly. Deegan will carry up. Drop off for his line mate, Reed. Reed will circle. Gets by Fastbender. Gets by Brown. Circles behind. Looks for options. That one will be offside.
Well, I know the Sno-Kings are a lot better team than what they're showing today. Just remember how they played yesterday. I just think Spokane came out, caught them off guard, and especially in that first game that early in the morning, whoever gets the quickest start usually seems to control it. And Spokane did an excellent job of that and never allowed the Sno-Kings to get in their game at all.
Bordeaux, the take in the draw. To the right of Fields. Goes for Panev. Panev takes a shot. Redirected and rebounded out. And Danks will pick it up. He'll look to feed down low. Picked up by the Chiefs. And that one's going to go down to Power. We'll sauce it right back up to Danks. Danks will chip it in. Get by Gates. Even strength now. Danks in a battle now with a Spokane player. Looks like Gates. We will get an icing on there.
Now the main thing for both squads, keep your emotions in check.
Or it looks like they're going to call a miscue on the icing. So go stay in the zone.
Because this game's out of control, so you might as well just make sure, keep a level head, get ready for your next game for both squads. Just not do anything dumb.
And Sno-King's already going to have a man down due to the 5 game. He's going to be suspended for at least 1 game. And that's tough for them.
That's a real tough break for me. I'll be frank with you. That call I had a little bit of issue with because he just defended himself, and that's a tough break because he's a big part of their offense. But again, just throw this game out. Don't worry about it. If I was Sno-King, I wouldn't even look at the game, even try to break down any tape. I would just say to heck with it. Let's go.
Mathiru was out in front, looked for the hat trick yet again. Goes to the far side for Kyle. Takes a bump. Day in front for Mathiru. Couldn't get it. He throws it out in front. Picked off. Day in front again. Picked off yet again. And Betty will send it out for Gates. Matharu to the Chiefs zone. Kyle. And there'll be ice on Sno-King.
So again, there's a great example of the Sno-King player rushing himself when he had no reason to. Again, we keep talking about it. It was how Spokane's played. Their pressure's been relentless. And they got it in their head. The Sno-Kings player, like, they don't have any time, but they do on that one. There was no reason to ice that puck. There was nobody by him, but that's contributed to how Spokane's played right now.
That one redirected and swallowed up. Yeah, I think you just gotta flush this game completely. It didn't even happen almost. Like you come back, you already got your legs under you now. You know, get some good food in you, get some rest, and come back for CL Junior later tonight.
Well, you got the butterflies out. You might as well get going on. Yeah, I'm with you. Just don't even think about this game right now. It's an anomaly because I watched the Sno-Kings yesterday. They're a good hockey team. So this game, they just got caught flat-footed at the start, and Spokane just kept putting heat on them, and it worked for them. So Sno-Kings just have to regroup. They're a good hockey team, so they'll be all right.
Sieber walks in, throws in front, picked off, gets it back, and Deegan hounds him. Up for Fassbender. Fassbender to Weinberger. Set in front now, and Fassbender will pick it up on the far side. He'll throw it in front, takes a weird, funny hop. And that one's going to be sent out of play.
But again, there's that pressure from Spokane. That's how they got that open shot on it. They're just relentless with it. Spokane definitely had a great game plan coming in here, and they executed it from the start of the drop of the puck until now. They have definitely kept within their system.
Konderman giving chase. Pins McLesley. Westbrook took a weird angle shot, hit off the side of the net. That one's going to go not quite. Oh, it does. I thought it was stopping. It looked like it was stopping the entire way, I will say.
I can tell by your voice you're okay. Is it going to get there or not? Nice work, Keegan. You're all over that.
2:28 left to the left of Power. Fassbender wraps it around. Knowles. Redirection. Found him sick of Konderman, who couldn't get it out. Day fed it in front. Picked off again. Danks. He'll just flip it out. Knowles. Up for McLesley. Tipped by Day. No high stick. Panev. Just tip it out. Knowles scans. Sends it off the boards to McLesley. For Day. McLesley again. Couldn't really handle it, but Knowles will bail him out. Knowles walks in. Goes to his backhand. Shot swallowed up. And a punch thrown by Powers on Westbrook. More pushing and shoving here.
Yeah. Power's just hitting anything right now. He's just throwing punches.
Power took exception to Westbrook getting to the front of the net.
Well, we talked about it in the second period. Obviously, Powers was extremely feisty, and he's picking it up right where he left off of that second. But, you know, one thing, who's having an outstanding game.
And that will be the game for Power.
And I'm not surprised at that one. He took too many shots. But Knowles is having a tremendous game for Spokane. If you watch how he's played, he's done an outstanding job. Powers, I think he just want to take an early shower. I do. I think it's like, hey, regroup.
So he'll get a penalty for that blocker shot. Be interested to see if he returns later tonight or if that will be.
And they kicked the 5-minute on him.
Yeah, that might be his game for today and or in general, and that might be his tournament.
That would hurt him if he can't come back and play.
So Fontaine will come in now.
Well, it's good to see how Fontaine plays. We didn't get a chance to see him yesterday, so.
Fontaine seeing his first action of the tournament. And he might, seems like we'll have to get ready for the game later tonight as well.
Possibly.
.142 left. Wixon will go in to serve for his goaltender Power.
It strikes me as it just seemed Powers was just waiting to just go ahead and start throwing. And he got his opportunity and he took it.
He did? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he threw it.
So it will be interesting. I know one thing, the coaching staffs want this minute 42 left to go extremely quick so things don't get out of hand.
It looks like Spokane did pick up a penalty in the play, so we'll go 4-on-4 for the rest of the game.
But again, I'm wondering if what's happening is that the Sno-Kings, when they respond, they're that second retaliation thing on it, and they're missing some of the things that initially started it.
Yeah, I think also just that they're getting just so frustrated now, and as they walk in and score, it's unfair for Fontaine to come in on it like that. You know, Knowles came down with all the time and space in the world and was able to just pick him off and not being able to see a shot beforehand.
Well, I was trying to be nice on Powers when I said that. I think it was past frustration. He was definitely wanted to do something, and so I was trying to be nice with you, Keegan.
I mean, he did throw a pretty mean blocker shot.
A couple of them.
Yeah.
He was ready.
So Fontaine comes in, lets up a goal right away, which really not his fault.
No, you can't fault him at all. What did he have, like 25 seconds to get loose?
Exactly. And all of a sudden there's, a top-tier defenseman for Spokane walking in on you by himself. Shot save made by Fontaine. Didn't really get a chance to settle in.
No, it didn't look like he even got done with the stretching exercises when his Spokane came on top of him.
So Knowles will get the goal for Spokane, their 8th goal of the game. 1:05 left. Puck dropped. Reed will hold behind. 4-on-4. Battle behind. Some more pushing, shoving. Sieber. Gates. Now be ice.
I know one thing, it'd be an interesting championship game if these two teams meet again.
Again, right after this, 11:45, we got Seattle Junior and Tacoma. Then at 4:45, we have Tacoma and Spokane for the 16Us, ending with 7 o'clock, Seattle Junior versus Sno-King. In between all that, we had an 18U game, 2:30, Sno-King versus Tri-Cities.
You're all over it, Keegan. You're on top of your game today.
.30 seconds left. Dean will just whack it out. Brown walks in. Looks to fire. Sends a redirection high.
Well, there's not much you can say about this game other than Spokane came in, exerted their will. They started off extremely hot, took the Sno-Kings out of their game totally, and they could not recover. And kudos to Spokane. They came out on fire. They played outstanding today.
Clutterman will grab. Fire out. Deegan tipped up in the air. 5 seconds left. Payette will carry in. He'll just hold. Skate it back. And it's a combined shutout for Fields and Brinkley.
Outstanding job by Spokane. Unfortunately for the Sno-Kings, they couldn't recover off that start. But Spokane played outstanding today. They truly, truly were the better team in this game right now.
I mean, you saw it from the start. It was relentless the entire way through, and Sno-King wasn't able to really reset at all.
No, the pressure was just too much for the Sno-Kings to deal with out of the gate.
Well,
we haven't had no disturbance in the handshake. That's good.
Yeah. Well, that will do it from the EWURC for this game.
Well, we'll be back on air. What time? 11:45?
11:45.
There we go. So nice job by Addie, the camera person for us. Did a wonderful job. And Keegan will pick back up at 11:45. Thanks for joining us here at the URC for the 16U Tier 2 State Tournament here at EWU Campus, URC Center. And we will be back in a while.